Well, it's felt a bit more like early spring than early February around here, and honestly, Chantel, I'm not too mad about it.
I'm definitely looking forward to enjoying the weather, but with Alberta weather, you never truly know. It doesn't last for too long.
Well, you can say that again, but before anyone gets too excited and takes off their winter tires, let's check in with our weatherman, Nolan Hehir. How's the weekend looking, Nolan?
Thanks, guys. If I were you, I wouldn't bust out the shorts and sandals just yet, although this week is looking to be a bit less cold than usual for this time of year. So trading in your parka for a hoodie and a windbreaker should be a-okay. But it still is just barely warmer than it is chilly, so let's take a look at this weekend's forecast for more details. We have a heated rivalry with our first city, the home of the Flames, Calgary, with a 0% chance of precipitation, a high of +12, and a low of +3. Now let's take a trip north out of Calgary, away from the hustle bustle of the city, and move into the mountains of Jasper. 0% chance of precipitation, again with a high of +7 and a low of -2. Now let's make a beeline northeast all the way past Slave Lake right into Fort McMurray. In Fort McMurray, we're looking at it being mostly cloudy, 0% chance of precipitation with a high of -8 and a low of -10. There's a big cold front hanging out over Fort McMurray currently that will slide down into Edmonton around Monday. And speaking of Edmonton, our hometown, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud with a high of +6, a low of -1. There is no chance of any precipitation until Monday, where we have a 30% chance of a few flurries later in the day because of that cold front that I mentioned earlier coming in from Fort McMurray. But to know where you come from, you first got to know where you've been and what you're usually like. Let's take a look at the averages and record temperatures. So the average around this time of year for Edmonton is a high of -4 and a low of -14. However, our record highest temperature for this time of year in Edmonton is +10 in 2003, and our record lowest temperature, -47 in 1886. And for several reasons, I'm glad I don't live in that time. In conclusion, while it's shaping up to be a pretty pleasant weekend, still throw on a layer or two before spending any serious amount of time outside. Back to you, Jeremy and Chantel.